Welcome to today's product demonstration of Oracle Student Cloud. Today we are focusing on the student experience and specifically looking at the different academic models that you can deploy, everything from sponsored programs to pay to enroll to both traditional and not so traditional programs, including learning packages. We're also going to take time to focus on your learner's guided pathway to success. So let's get started. I'm first logged in as Valerie. Now, Valerie has already applied to and been accepted into the Agile Project Management Certificate. Here at any time, she can go in, she can look at all the program details, and she can see the courses that she's allowed to enroll in based on her paying an upfront $5,000 for a package. Therefore, when she goes to add things into the cart, there is no charge. So if she wants to add in systems programming, she simply adds it to her cart. Now, something's very unique in her storefront. When she logs in, she will also have access to sponsored programs. Those are courses that her employer has actually allowed her to enroll in for free. So if she wants to drill in and find out more information, she can about the particular course, or she can simply add it to her cart as well. Now, the kind of shopping she can do for pay-as-you-go kind of courses are right here. So as you can see, I can shop for all of the popular courses. Being in love with art mosaics, maybe I simply decide I'm going to add that to my cart and I'm going to audit it versus perhaps have it be a letter grade. So I apply that particular attribute and then I am set to go into my cart. What you're going to see is the system automatically knows that for the programming course, I've already paid an upfront learning package, so no cost. For the Excel basics, my employer has actually sponsored me for that. But I do owe for an art mosaics class, so I'm going to hit review cart. As I come in here, you're going to notice that I have automatically had a 10% early bird discount applied. I also have the option to remove items and or add items, perhaps for parking that might be important. I can also, if I have one, add a promo code that I was given and simply apply that code and now see that my charge is only going to be $50. As I progress through and continue to pay, I have the option to do it by bank account, e-check, credit card, or actually pay in person such that I can go through a process of going and actually saying I want to come in and pay at the bursar office, and I come in to cashiering and make my payment. So all she has to do is submit all of her program bank information, and she is set to go. So in one person, we have seen that she can have sponsored programs, she can be part of a learning package, she can actually shop and pick courses and pay for them all from her self-service. Let's look at a second academic model. Here, I'm actually logged in as Katie. And on Katie's particular landing page, she has access to academics because she's actually part of a nursing diploma program. So when she clicks on her academic links, she has access to everything that she needs, one click away to be successful in obtaining a diploma. Seeing right up front when she should graduate it, any enrolled courses that she's currently in, and if it had a capability of dropping, that would show here as well. But the focus of a guided pathway inside an academic model is all about a planner tool. And this particular planner tool is for a time period that is very similar to a quarter system. But it doesn't mean that that's the only time period you can have access to. But as she comes into her guided pathway, she sees the best plan to actually exit and successfully complete the program in 4 quarters. But she also has the ability to enroll in term-based programs and courses, so she can have that here. So she's expediting, accelerating her ability by taking it in different time periods to get her out in that particular 4-quarter system. Everywhere she goes, she can link directly into what makes up this particular set of requirements, how much she's completed or planned. And if she delves into what those requirements are, she's actually brought to only those that meet that particular area. So there's never any question about her guided pathway of what she needs to do. She can have as many different templates as she would like. Perhaps she's going to have to work part-time, and so now she's going to have to move out her graduation for another term. That's fine. Perhaps she would like to actually duplicate a template and make some minor changes. That's fine as well. Or you can actually allow her to edit the program. Once she clicks the edit button, she can add academic periods, she can add notes, but more importantly, she can take and start working with her particular guided pathway to move courses to other terms, to actually be able to come in here and say, okay, I know I've already completed these or are nearly complete, so let's just go in and create a schedule. Or she can review that prerequisites actually exist for some of the courses in here, and that might be a problem for her. But ultimately, right from her guided pathway, she can create a schedule. And when she creates her schedule, she's first brought into a calendar view of what her current enrollment is. That can be this list view, it can be a month view, anything she would like. She can see enrolled courses, but most importantly, she can see every single course that is offered based on what she had planned. And she can take those courses and directly add them, choose her grading option, and then continue adding additional courses. So let's go ahead and add one more for her. And when this happens and she chooses her grade and she's ready to submit her enrollment, she simply goes up to the top. She might look at how it fits into her calendar, but she notices she's got some major problems. She actually has to take a prior nursing course before she can register in these two. So she hasn't met those requirements. Therefore, she needs to remove them and go back and do some more planning. And she maybe would like to actually just take some other scheduled courses that are available for that term. So now we have seen sponsored courses. We've seen pay to enroll. We have seen the ability to do a learning package, and now a time period that kind of equates to a quarter system. What about a more traditional term-based system? Let's look at that. So in this program, now I'm logged in as our friend Chris. And with Chris, what we're seeing here, that he's already been awarded a nursing diploma. He can see all of his current enrollments and even go right out now and drop since the deadline hasn't passed. And or he can start his planning. And when he goes into his planner, now you'll notice that this is a, quote, traditional 4-year program. So what it's going to do is show him year 1 and the semesters involved and all of the designated courses in the order that best suit success to graduation. So as we look at this, we can see everything from fall 2019, and we can scroll over all the way into 2022 and 2023, all recommended planned items. Again, same thing as we saw earlier for the guided pathway for the diploma. Chris is allowed to edit this. If he does go ahead and edit it and decide that he wants to move courses, he does the same thing. He can drag and drop to different terms based on engagements that might prohibit him from taking a full load. He also sees that he has prerequisites for certain courses, and he can select alternative courses. But ultimately, if he wants to, just like we saw earlier, create the schedule for the upcoming spring 2020 term, he can absolutely do that, seeing his calendar of all the things that he's currently enrolled in, seeing all the enrollment requests that he has to date, and then going through and seeing every single scheduled course that might meet his particular plan. And again, this is configurable to say whether or not they have an option or not. If there's no option, then once they click add, they're put right into that course. In addition, we can actually go through and add a couple of different other courses in here, and all of these move up, look against the engine to see if there's any conflicts or issues, and then present him with what will work and won't work in a particular sequence of courses. Again, always giving them exactly what is going to happen should they enroll in a particular course. Ultimately, these two don't meet it because of time conflicts and prerequisites, but he can certainly get into a psych class immediately by clicking Submit. Now, you might have noticed some of these additional tabs at the top. As Chris went through his application process, he was given information along the entire way about where his status was, whether he was in progress or admitted. He also had assigned to-do items based not just on his application, because he's completed those, but also based on other items that have opened up for him. For example, he has the ability to upload a study abroad financial plan because he has been allowed into study abroad. He simply can go in here, go into his browser, and drag and drop the data for that particular plan so that he is ready to go anytime that gets submitted and they get the data they need to approve the program. He was able to upload additional college transcripts with the same click and drag right into their checklist items. Of course, right from here, Chris has access to all finances. That means he sees what bills are currently owed. He could actually quickly download the bill, and then he could send this off to grandma to pay, or mom or dad. In addition to being able to see the bill at any point in time in his downloads, he can also see everything that had a transaction as far as payment versus refund or anything else that applies to him. Ultimately, though, being able to see your to-dos from one click, your finances from one click, all your academics and applications, same is true for Profile. If you allow them to update contact information around emails or preferred method of contact or their primary names or adding learners to their account, even preferences around FERPA or their preference for date format, your students have one click away to access it. Equally important, and we'll end on this, is that they have access to all of their communications from day one. So they can go for date ranges, they can go for the last 90 days, they can go just the last 30 days, but essentially every single thing that they have transacted upon will be here. So they can see congratulations, they can see that they received the application, they can see that they're work study eligible, they can see the criteria that's required to complete that particular application and review it all from past history. So in very short order, we have gone through a lot of items that show you how the Oracle Student Cloud is delivering multiple deployment options and allowing for guided pathways that ensure the success of your students. Thank you very much, and I hope you will join us for future product demonstrations of the Oracle Student Cloud. Thank you.